Hello and thanks for staying with us on Africa Independent Television, AIT. Welcome to Democracy Today. And tonight we'll be looking at so many concerns raised. In the past few weeks, there have been concerns raised in various quarters on the developments in the southwestern part of Nigeria. And this is following the outbreak of riots and caused by some state governors in the southwest asking herdsmen, criminal-minded herdsmen, to vacate all the forest reserves. The Ondo State governor gave the ultimatum, and in a few days, in less than 2 days now, or 48 hours, the ultimatum will expire, and he asked all those criminal-minded, unregistered herders who are in the forest to vacate the forest. And that's not alone. Also in Oyo State, it's been somewhat like a protest where we hear that a leader of a certain group and was telling them to also quit the village Sunday Igboho. That's in Oyo State. The report is that the man who gave a quick notice to Fulani herders in Iganga, Iparapo, Oyo State, that's Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho. He has stormed the area on Friday, and what he's asking is for them to vacate. And the latest development is that it seems that these people are already leaving the state. Let's see what happened on Friday when he moved into some of the areas where they stay to ask them to vacate.
There were people not seen eye to eye.
It is time for us to come together and put the interest of our state first. We have a common enemy. The enemy is not the Hausa Fulani who is looking for pasture for his flock. It is not the farmer who just wants to grow food to sell in the market or to feed his family. Our enemies are the hoodlums, cultists, armed robbers, kidnappers, and bandits. These people live among us. We have constitutionally empowered people who arrest and prosecute these criminals. Our job as active citizens is to help them where we can to identify these enemies.
That's the governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde there. And the latest is that the Fulani herders in Igboho, Iparapo have already vacated the community. And the monarch of Igaga, Oba Abdulaziz Olawi, that's what they call him, has confirmed the development in a phone interview with AIT. And Abdulaziz, whose son was at a time kidnapped, said the Fulanis are aware of what Sunday Igboho represents in the state and had started picking and packing out since the day the order came. So the fear of Sunday in that area made them to vacate the state immediately. And the senator representing Oyo South Senatorial District, Senator Kola Balogun, in another phone interview with AIT correspondent, condemned the development, saying no individual has the right to issue such an order. He said the Oyo State government and security apparatus are on top of the security situation in the state. But the question we want to ask tonight is, what is the implication of this development in the southwest region of Nigeria, and what should be done to forestall outbreak of law and order in that area? We also saw in some of the reports that we had to go through today, newspaper reports and online reports, they've been reporting that some soldiers allegedly are taking these herders into the forest, and it's been brutalizing the community. We're still waiting for the military to give us a reaction to that. And this is what we shall be talking about today on the program, and we will have an expert in legislative study, Akinloye Oyeniyi, join us, and they will be joined by the National Secretary of Labour Party, Barrister Julius Abure, they will also join us. But let's bring you political development first. We have two issues to take before we go to join them at this moment. We'll start with Ebonyi State, where the governor, Dave Umahi, has called on political stakeholders in the state to embrace unity among themselves for the sake of the development of the state.
There were people not seeing eye to eye because of party. In this next level, new level, we have to de-emphasize that. We have to de-emphasize that. We have to know that patriotism to the state is number one. The state is our common denominator. Anybody has the right to aspire to any position you want to. And every card will be up facing, so that if you don't make it, you know why you did not make it. It's not about the governor, it's not about the leaders, it's about the people.
The governor of Ebonyi State, Dave Umahi, there talking to his people, the APC stakeholders, as well as those who are in his support team. And moving on, we also got a report that there's a report from Bauchi that says there has been confusion as the portrait of the former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, with the PDP logo floods the state PDP secretariat in Bauchi. It's an interesting development that we'll be looking into in the course of our program during the week, because if the report we received last is that Dogara has left the PDP to the APC, and now we are seeing another report say that his picture with the PDP logo is taking over the entire PDP secretariat. And the members of the People's Democratic Party in Bauchi State had before now raised the alarm that there have been several attacks on them, and some people are planning to take the structure of the party. We'll be looking at that later. Now let's move over to the National Young Democratic Party, NYDP. It says their voting for members of a national executive committee is to begin in a few days' time. But there seems to be, there was a time we took another set of NYDP. All these are the questions I'll be asking. Are they two people or two different groups laying claim of leadership to the party? We'll be asking, but let's quickly join the the Publicity Secretary, National Electoral Committee of the NYDP, Bara Gureth. Jared, I hope I got your name. Maybe I'm pronouncing the English version. Can you just please pronounce the name for me?
Thank you, madam. It's Bara Gurete.
Gurete, thank you very much. When I saw it, I said, this doesn't sound like a Nigerian name anyway.
It is a Nigerian name, ma.
All right. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Let's hear from you. What is the plan for your party this week?
Thank you so much, madam. Thank you, great youth of Nigeria. And let me correct you quickly, madam. It's not Nigerian Young Youth Democratic Party. It is called Nigerian Youth Democratic Party, NYD. So before I continue, my name is Bara Gurete from Rivers State, representing South in the Electoral Committee and also the Publicity Secretary of NYDP. On behalf of the Chairman of the Electoral Committee, Mr. Benga Fadope, and my fellow Electoral Committee members, I will be briefing the general public and the members of NYDP electoral processes of what we have done so far and where we are at the moment. So far, the sales of form for the NEC officials has been on since on the 6th of January 2021 and was meant to end on the 20th of January 2021 as the next election was earlier stated to be held on the 23rd and 24th of January. But after a brief meeting with the aspirant and also some complaints of the members of NYDP not being verified yet on the NYDP site, we came to a conclusion that the election should be postponed. In respect to that, a press release was sent out this morning on the NYDP National Telegram Group with a new date being the 6th of February 2021 and 13th of February 2021. As this new date will enable the new aspirant that has just been screened, carried out their campaigns, and also partake in the upcoming debate among the aspirants, as the date will be announced soon. However, the sales of phone and registration of new members remains open. Also, any interested youth of Nigeria for any office zone to his or her geopolitical zone is allowed to purchase a phone for any office of his or he or she deemed fit, as no office was zoned to any state. I repeat, no office was zoned to any state.
Okay, let me take you from there. Let me take you from where you said no office was zoned to any state. So whoever is interested, I am interested in the word youth, because if you look at the UN mark, it should be 35. That's it, and also in Nigeria, I think it's within that 18 to 35 and all that. So that means what you people are out for are not people that are above 35 years of age. So not young Nigerians, but youth.
Well, as for that, the NYDP did not state any age for aspirants. We have processes, of which the processes are on at the moment. Anyone that deems fit will definitely occupy any office he or she deems fit. So,
okay, irrespective of age.
Yeah, irrespective of age.
Okay, another question I would like to also ask is, now that you said your election has been moved to 6th of February and you have already begun selling forms for those who want to aspire into any office in the party hierarchy. But I would first of all like to bring this in. A certain group of young Nigerians were also here claiming to be a chairman, first acting chairman and second acting chairman of the National Youth Democratic Party, NYDP. And I tried to compare their logo, exactly the same. So what would you say about those people who are already saying they have chairman?
Well, NYDP came up after the NSAS process. And when we first started, the Lagos State admin broke out from NYDP because of selfish political interest. But however, that is not what NYDP is out for. So they went away with the Lagos group and went and merged with a political party, which I will not mention the name here right now. But a certain criteria was given to them, which they did not reckon to. So they had to come back to NYDP to see if they can merge. But we held several meetings with them about that, but it seems they were not yet ready. So we had to create another group for Lagos State. And right now the group is doing well. And I must assure you that they have so many persons from Lagos State have bought forms so far, and they are fully ready for the election coming up on the 6th of January,
okay.
The 6th of February. I beg your pardon.
I am aware, I'm not aware, let me not say I am aware, because I'm not aware that INEC has given you, has registered the party. So, but are you moving towards getting registration from INEC?
Oh yes, this the next election is one of the criteria given to us by INEC for registration. So that is why we are here at the moment.
Okay. Okay, but are you, let me ask you, if before the Anambra election in November, are you contemplating of going into that election like a start for you to try your might to see if you can also go into other bigger elections?
Well, for now, we have not made any provision for that. But if we have to, we will definitely reach out to the public about that. Okay,
so what's your plan for 2023 after the NSAS? According to you, Nigerian youths came together and said they need to move, instead of taking the battle to the field, to the streets, let them go into the ring, just like what we saw in Uganda. you think that your party is ready to stand with men that has been politicians for over 30 years, 35 years? Can you stand them with experience and gray hair? You think you're ready to do that?
Oh yes, madam. If people have been following up the processes of NYDP so far, you would see that we have come up with a total different dimension of what elections should be in Nigeria. And as I speak, if you see the aspirants presently for the next election, you will know that these youth are out to make a difference in Nigeria. And if you people allow us, we can bring the debate among the aspirants live on your station so you can see how prepared we are. And that should tell you what the youth of Nigeria have been cooking so far and what we are coming out with. I assure you, if 2023 is not going to be easy because we are fully prepared. We are working our ass out to make sure we partake fully, and we pray God will help us.
Okay, but there's something I would like to tell you before you go. You know that in politics, especially in this part of the world, in Africa, when you are coming into the field as a politician, you don't come because you have so much, you're an orator, you can talk, and you can also tell people that these are your plans. There are some horse trading, some gimmicks that they play in politics. Are you people as youths ready to put your legs in the same trouser with your fathers and grandfathers who understand all the nitty-gritty of politicking in Nigeria?
Well, if you allow me to say, nobody was born with politics. And in time of finance, see, money is not everything. At least before you should be able to spend your money, you should have a plan for it. Money won't be a problem for NYDP. That can be handled among us, and we're already doing that. All what we've put in place so far has been done by money. So money won't be our challenge. We are trying our best to make sure everything works out for us as we have planned so far.
Okay.
Whatsoever it may be, I promise you, we'll try and God will help us.
All right. All right, Bara, can you just quickly talk to Nigerians in the next few seconds to tell them how they can get registered as members of your party? Okay,
thank you. I want to use this opportunity to plead with Nigerian youths that NYDP is open for every Nigerian youth that knows he or she means well for Nigeria. The offices are open for every Nigerian youth. And if you must vote for this next election, you have to register on the site. It is very easy. Just go to www.nydp.ng.register. Once you do that, it will take you to a page where you'll be asked to input all your details. Once you're done inputting your details and you register successfully, all you need to do is to log in again, then click on the right side of the website. There's a three dot on the right hand of the website. All you need to do is click on it, and it will show you where you have to verify your email. Just click on verify email. It will take you to your email where a link will be sent to you for verification. Once you click on it, you're fully registered and you are a full member of NYDP. And if you do not register, you cannot vote. I repeat, you cannot vote if you're not a verified member of NYDP. And I also want to use this opportunity to tell all Nigerian youth and the state admins that they should try as soon as possible to set up their interim sec committee.
Okay.
It is very, very necessary.
All right.
And,
I think, Bara, that's the much we can take this moment. Hopefully, we'll get to also come back to you to know what your party is planning to do, and also get you to tell us more about the National Youth Democratic Party, NYDP, the party that was cut out from the EndSARS protest. After the EndSARS protest, the youth took a decision to come together and go into politics, where we've been speaking with the National Electoral Committee Publicity Secretary, Bara Gurete, for He just gave us update on how the party is moving on. That's the much we can take on that for now. Let's quickly tell you that we'll just take a short break and come back to go straight to our discussion on the latest developments, security developments in the Southwest region. Stay with us.
Did you know that AIT's social media handles have all changed? If you are one of the millions of our followers on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, this is introducing to you AIT's new official and rebranded social media handles. Like or follow us now on our Facebook page, Official AIT Live. If you're on Twitter, switch to our new handle at Official AIT Live and activate the notification button to get breaking news and updates on the go. For exclusive short videos and photo news, follow our Instagram account at Official AIT Live. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Official AIT Live, and enjoy live streaming of news and your favorite programs, where you can also watch our broadcast materials at your own convenience. Note that Official AIT Live is the only authentic social media profile name with all the handles on our website ait.live, with a notification prompt to accept and receive breaking news and updates on the go. Log on to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube platforms on your smartphone, tablet device, laptop, and desktop to follow us now. AIT.live. On air, online, online.
Thank you very much for remaining with us. Remember to be part of this program. You can follow us on our Twitter handle. Our official handle is at democracy2day with a double Y. Or you follow me on my handle at EG or Samu. And this program is streamed live on social media platform, the YouTube, the Facebook, and the Twitter handle at Official AIT Live. Official AIT Live. That's where it's streamed. That's our live stream. Then the Twitter page for Democracy Today is Democracy Today with the number 2 and the double Y with the day. That's day. Democracy Today, number 2 and double Y for the day. Then you can follow me on my handle at EG or Samu. Let's go straight to our issue for tonight. What is going on in the southwestern state of Nigeria? Like I told you earlier, I have 2 guests in the studio. I have the National Secretary, Labour Party, Barrister Julius Abure. Thank you very much, Barrister, for coming on the show.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. And I also have in the studio an expert in legislative studies. He is also a politician. I don't know whether he has taken a decision. The last time he came, I asked him one question: where are you now? Akinloye Oyeni. Thank you very much for joining me. So Aki, where are you now? Have you made it? Because you told us on the program.
I will make an announcement.
You will make an official announcement.
I can't as a former national public secretary of a political party, I can't just go to any political party without letting my people know. So we are getting very close to the...
You better, if you are going to APC, validation starts on Monday. So if you don't get registered for APC,
we are getting there.
You are getting there. All right. And then if you are going to PDP, you know the way to PDP anyway. All right, then. Because I know these are the 2 parties.
Yes, I say either of them.
Either of them.
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's come to the issues. We'll begin here now. Just, I picked up some of the online dailies. I saw some big newspapers reporting that there is an alleged report that the soldiers are already escorting herders into the forests. And the villagers are complaining that they are being attacked in Ogun State.
Yes. And
then in Oyo State, there's still the issue of the latest development there now is that Sunday, the IG of police has ordered that the arrest of Sunday. They said they should pick him and bring him to Abuja for talks. Yes. Then Oyo, we have a short interview of the Oyo State SSA to the governor on Agric. He spoke, but let's come to you. What is going on? What do we tell government of both states and federal in this issue to handle it carefully? Because if we don't handle this issue carefully, only God knows what will happen.
like I told somebody before I got into the studio, you see, when you are seeing crisis coming from the southwest part of Nigeria, I don't know why our government, maybe they don't have hindsight, or they don't read history, or they don't follow history. When you see crisis coming from the southwest part of Nigeria, it's not something to toy with. It's not going to be a child's play. You understand me? This whole issue that is coming now, IG said they should bring Sunday Igboho to Abuja. Sunday Igboho made that ultimatum. Sunday is not does not have state power, does not have any statutory power, because in democracy, all of us, we have power to defend ourselves. But in democracy, once you have voted for somebody, you have to surrender all those power. You cannot do certain things except those things are being done by the people who are representing you. If the state government and the federal government, if they had done what they're supposed to do, somebody like Sunday Igboho will not happen on this issue in Oyo State. You understand me now? I'm from, fortunately, I'm from that part of the southwest. Yes, my dad is from Oyo State. I'm on Ogumosho man. All those Ogumosho area, Ibarapa, this area, Igongon, Igboho, all those sides. You need to
handle them with care.
You need to call the local, the people, and the people in those villages. We don't know, people here, people up, we read in the news, people don't know what is actually happening. Those places are taken. They are gone. And you know when
you say they are taken,
you need to go, you need to enter those forests, you need to enter those villages. They are taken. You can't go to your farm, you cannot own a farm there, you just carry your cutlass, or you just go to, no, you can't do that just on your own. Somebody came from Germany to come and invest, employed people. His farm was ravaged. He went to the Fulani head there to go and lay complaint. He didn't come back alive. It was somebody that came from Germany to come and invest in Nigeria that has given employment to people.
I heard that story, but I was thinking
it happened. Mm-hmm. This one that led to the issue of Sunday Igboho, kidnapping has been happening there. We are hearing stories. When you are kidnapped, the same Seriki is one that will negotiate. Allegedly, I have not been kidnapped. My person has not been, so I have not paid to him. But the last one that happened was the son of the king that was kidnapped. He was one that actually, you know, when something is happening, and this is the person that has been mediating between you and those people, their person should be in a position to rein in those other people. But nothing is happening. The day I watched the video, the day Sunday Igboho went there, that day that I made the ultimatum, yeah, I saw it. The day he went there, do you know there was a gunshot there by those Fulanis? There was a gun. The Seriki is heavily protected.
Sorry, there's this culture that I believe in, because so we don't tie it to any.
No, we have people, Fulani people that are, no, we have them even as friends. I'm saying those ones in that vicinity that are guiding the Serikis. I'm not saying Fulani. No, I won't say that. That was why I'm not in support of what Igboho did. It does not hold any power to make that ultimatum. You are not the governor. You are not the president. You cannot tell anybody to leave.
From the story,
when you are telling people to leave, you are blanketing it. Fulanis to leave. You shouldn't have done that.
That is true. But Aki, from the story you have just given us, it's obvious that those people, they've been terrorizing people in that community.
Not terrorizing. Terrorizing is like 20% of what is happening. Those people they don't have mind of their own. Those people, the indigenes of those areas, they don't have mind. You can't dictate your movement.
And if the governor of the state, as well as federal government, I've seen this, I've been receiving reports from those communities, and nothing is being done. Then what do you expect them to do?
Yes, before Sunday went this far, there was a video. The first day he came out, he made a video. I think it's on BBC Yoruba, that he said they are not going to fight. They are not going to do anything except the Yoruba leaders tell them that this thing is happening to us. Please help us. That they will now move. That if they move, they should move now. They will tag them. They are anti this group of people. They are anti this. They are going against Fulani. They are telling that he will not want to do. for that kind of person to have made that kind of declaration, and later, about a year later, a year plus later, to have now be doing this, that means he has been, you know, when goat, sheep has only it has dental at the lower part of the mouth, nothing on the, have you seen where goat bite, that blood will come out? When you push goat to the wall, the goat will bite you. This is what is happening.
All right, I'll come back to you. Let's go to Barrister Julius Saburi. You are a lawyer, and I've often hear people say nobody has a right to tell any person to vacate in any area. Because I remember when the Arewa, during the time of the ultimatum given to the Igbos to vacate the north, you know that a lot of people came on air to say they cannot tell them to vacate because nobody can ask any person out in any part of Nigeria, as long as you're an indigene of the country, as long as you're a citizen. You can't just be asked to vacate. Our constitution didn't say that. You are free to live, cohabit in any part of the country. But in a situation where, from the story he just gave us now, he has experience, he's from that part of the Southwest, in a situation where there are reports of threats to life, and a lot of people have been complaining. I spoke with the spokesman of the Afenifere today, and I was supposed to have him join us. I spoke with him, and he told me a lot, that they can no longer take whatever is going on in forests within the Southwest. So what do you have to say to this issue?
Well, first, let me appreciate you for having me on this program. I also want to appreciate AIT for the beautiful work, for standing by the people, standing by democracy, in spite of the threat from government and from NBC. I urge you to continue.
NBC is just only trying to make us do the right part. It's not threats.
To continue doing your good work. Those who stand by the people and by the truth will definitely have victory at the end of the day. Having said that, I want to join my colleague to say clearly that when government fail in its responsibility to protect lives and properties, people resort to self-help.
But is that legal?
Obasanjo,
is that legal? You're a lawyer.
I will come to that.
Okay.
I'm just trying to lay the foundation for the discussion.
Okay.
If you recall Obasanjo's letter, which you copiously quoted yesterday, in 2019, he wrote and warned the federal government that given the indicators of the insecurity around the country, that the president need to rise to the occasion and deal with the issues of insecurity then prevailing in the northeast, north central. Today, it has spread, not just in the southwest. It's just that the southwest leaders and some leaders in the southwest are courageous enough to come out in the open to give this ultimatum. What is happening in the southwest is also happening in the south-south, southeast. Today, you can't travel Benin, Abuja roads without being kidnapped. And many victims who have been kidnapped have come out to say that they were kidnapped and extorted by Fulani herdsmen. So my worry really is that one should be careful not to bring in the ethnic coloration in this whole thing, because if we do that, it will not. That's why I'm not very comfortable with the orders from the governor of Ondo State. I expect that order should be recoined, should be redirected to say criminals who are Fulanis masquerading in the forest. By doing that, you have given a caveat. You've tailored it towards crime and criminality. And it will be easier to manage. It will be easier for people to comprehend, and then the efforts will be appreciated. But when you give a blanket instruction to say all Fulanis should vacate the forest and so on, I think that is where the problem really is. So, but the fact remains that the government has failed in protecting lives and properties And the result is what we are seeing. And it has very grave implications, even for the government itself, because this will affect the legitimacy of the government. It will portray the government as having the incompetence and the incapability to handle the affairs of the country. And that is not even good for the country. And this will affect their legitimacy to govern. The sovereignty of the country is already being threatened, as you can see. And I'm saying that using this opportunity to equally again call on the president that it is not too late now. It is better to rise to the occasion without paying lip service to the issue of insecurity and decisively deal with it. You agree with me that where there is insecurity in the land, the economy will not thrive. As we speak today, people are afraid to travel. People cannot move freely from one part of the country to the other to trade or to carry out their businesses. The economy is down. Political activities, namely, they are all down. So we are in for a serious trouble. Like he rightly observed, trouble and crisis from the southwest usually we have sporadic effects across the country and across the federation. And that's why I want to again renew my call on Mr. President, that as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, he has a duty, a constitutional duty to protect lives and properties. You recall that over time, there has been this complaint all over the country of activities, of criminal activities across the country. And he needs to rise to the occasion.
All right. Yes, talking about the ultimatum or the statement made by the Ondo State governor, like you said you do not like the coinage from the governor, but we have the SSA to the governor on agriculture in the state. Our correspondent spoke with him and he threw more light on the issue and said a lot of people are taking it out of context and that's not what they meant. So let's quickly listen to him and we'll come back to the studio to also get more reactions. Stay with us.
I believe the law will take its course. It is 7 days of grace to perpetuate illegality, if you look at it critically. Because as far back as, over 20, 30 years ago, if you are talking about 1960 something, it means what they've been doing over the years is an act of illegality. And I know the law will take its course. Lawless societies are societies that can never have peace. Lawless societies are societies that can never develop. And I know that is not the kind of society that we are looking at. Legitimate Mieti, Allah, or cattle breeders, or owners of cattle, or herders, anywhere in this country, have the absolute right to ply their trade in a way that is legal, in a way that they don't infringe on the right of other people, other Nigerians. The farmers we are talking about are Nigerians. The women that can no longer go to their farms are Nigerians. Most of the farmers are on loan. How are they going to pay back? The governor of Central Bank wrote to the state. He wrote directly to the governor that they have funded 5-star cassava program in the state. And the report getting back to them is that most of these farms are already destroyed by cattle rearers. So how are the farmers going to pay back? Is that, will CBN be encouraged to give out more money? The BVN of these farmers are already encumbered. Our rice farmers suffer the same fate. Last year, we have cases in the court here. Those that were apprehended, farmers, rice farmers that took loan running to several millions of naira to grow rice. The governor, the president, everybody in the country wants locally grown rice. Some people took to this. CBN provided money. And cattle herders came and destroyed the farm. If poultry farmers are buying feed for their birds, if pig farmers are buying feed to keep their pigs, if goat farmers are buying feeds for their goats, I don't see why cattle rearers should not buy feed for their cattle. That is, I mean, you will come to my farm. It's even robbery. Let's look at it. What is robbery? When you forcefully, with arm, deprive someone of his or her possession. That possession could be cash. It could be in kind. So when you come to my farm and you deprive me of what I have because you are wielding AK-47, is that not robbery? Is that what we are encouraging in Nigeria? Is that what Sheikh Gaba is saying is legitimate? So that is the point we are making. That, look, you can do your business, but do it the right way. All over the world today, show me where nomadic method of raising cattle is the order of the day. People are using semi-intensive. I have said this. Nigeria is number 7 in Africa. We don't rank among the first 20 in the whole world. We are not even among the first 50 when you look at the number of cattle that you have per country. Botswana is having more cattle than we have in Nigeria. But go to Botswana, do you see cattle on the road? People are saying it is their way of life, it is their culture. Culture is equally dynamic. This we must know. And your right to whatever you are doing stops where that right begins to infringe on the right of others. So are those farmers not Nigerians? Is that what Sheikh Gaba is saying? And I know if he had taken the pain to read what Mr. Governor wrote, the directive he gave, it is very simple. Register your business. Let us know where you are. Why is federal government having corporate affairs commission to register business? Then they should stop registering business in Nigeria. If you are saying some categories of people cannot register, then let's stop registering business in the country. So if we are saying, let us know where you are. We don't want our forest to become Sambisa forest. We don't want our forest to become Zamfara forest. Attacks on the citizenry are being launched from this forest. And it is this forest that these people go back to. And when you look at people, victims that were released after paying huge sums of ransom, when we were doing a sort of desk estimate of the volume of money that has gone into ransom paying in the state, it's already running to about 500 million naira. And that is why ransom being paid for you to do legitimate business in your state of origin. Somebody is waiting for you. Drivers can no longer move on the way. A couple of days ago, the deputy registrar of Federal University of Technology Akure was killed between Lesha and Akure Road. He was coming from his son's introduction program in Ibadan.
Well, you just saw that that's the SSA to the governor on Agric there explaining and also trying to disabuse the minds of many who had the thought that the governor made some statement. And he just like answering you where you said that you didn't like what the man said. He has just said that people took the governor out of context because that wasn't what he said.
Yes.
So you wanted to say something?
Yes. You know, when he said it, I was waiting to correct that assertion. I didn't know you are going to take the SSA on Agric. The governor did not even actually tell anybody to vacate. You know, when you are making a declaration, you have to, there are people who will comply. There are people who will be defaulters. You have to pay penalty. If you are defaulting, this is what you should do. So, you know, forest reserves are government properties. It's like the last election when federal government through Abuja properties said nobody will use Eagle Square. Then a candidate should not gather people to go to that Eagle Square. It's government property. The owner of the property said, you cannot, you know, forest reserve is not just forest. In forest reserve, those places they are conserved because in the open forest, there are subspecies of trees and that are going extinct. It is from those forest reserves that they have to take those samples to plant out. You understand me now? It is also for water. You understand me now? It is also for air purification. You can't just open, you must have green area. You can't just, everywhere cannot just be for economic activities, lumbering, farming. No, those forest reserves were created by instrument of government. They are gazetted. That is why you see forest guards, they wear uniform. It is that instrument that created the reserve, that created those people who are guiding the reserves.
Okay.
Are you getting me now? Are you getting what I'm saying? So it is not something that, it's not just forest or bush. No. They are government, Ondo State government property. The governor said there are a lot of Fulanis there. They are doing herdsmen. They are running their cows and the rest. And they are registered. Said these issues are coming and it's becoming too much. If you want to do business, people are complaining. Animals are overrunning their farms. Even saying CBN, we heard him, CBN farm was overrun. Come and register. So when these issues happen, we know who and who to call. And if you know you cannot register, you are not ready to do business in Ondo State, please, you have to give us, just give us chance. You have to leave the state. If you cannot comply, it's either you stay in that state, you will not do that business.
So as the chief security officer of this,
it's his duty.
You think he has a right?
Yes.
But the Constitution has said everybody has a right to stay anywhere.
No. It didn't say they should not stay. You can stay, but you cannot do that business.
Inside the forest?
Yes. Because the same Constitution said I have economic power.
Yes.
I want to be contractor to federal government. I will not register my company with CAC. How do I get the contract?
That's exactly the statement he made.
You understand me now? You can't do it. You have to register. Even as an association cooperative, you have to register with the local government where you are domiciled. Okay. You cannot just operate. You cannot. How do you open bank account? How do you do? Those documents must be provided. He now said you should register your business to operate. If you cannot register your business, you want to operate, take your business elsewhere. That particular statement was not actually misjudged. It was when a statement came from presidency through Garba Shehu. It was Garba Shehu's statement that now gave capping on that governor's statement. People now started reading another meaning to the statement of the governor. It was done by Garba Shehu, not by the governor. Okay. The governor did not tell anybody to vacate Ondo State. Did not tell any herdsmen to vacate Ondo State. Register your business, do your business, and with us. And if you are registered, even if it is 5 kobo, you have paid to government. You're also part of that state. You have to.
By Saburi, as a politician, that's who you are, because you represent the Labour Party now, and you're also a lawyer. The reports that we read that some soldiers is an allegation anyway, because I've not heard from the military. I've sent I put a call through to
it was on the Nation. It was on the Nation.
Nation and
the
some
video,
online
pictures and the video is there.
They are there. That means it happened. I also saw the video. But I was wondering if those bushes are Nigerian bush when I saw soldiers and herders going into the bush. And that's why I didn't bring
those herders were chased out from a particular village in Ogun State.
Wow.
And so the military now have to usher them, escort them to another village in the same Ogun State. Go to Yewa area.
The elders.
Go to the Ogun North. You know Ogun North is very close to all this in Barapa. Go to that area.
Okay, if this is what is going on, just like he has said that it's happening already. If this is what is going on, what right do they have, the soldiers, to escort herders and also escort elders away from their community? That's like telling me, vacate your house, I'm coming to take over.
Well, we have maintained severally that government is paying lip service to the issues of security in Nigeria. You can see the paradox where the military is now being used to escort herders into the forest, and the indigenous community
take them out.
Are taken away. You can see the paradox and the contradiction in the Nigerian state. And this is why we have continued to call on government that it should stop paying lip service to the issues of security in Nigeria. Like I said earlier, we have had series of complaints, not just in the Southwest, across the Federation, of the activities of bandits, herdsmen, and so on and so forth, all across the country. And the same government have not deployed their security apparatus, the soldiers and the police, to see that these bandits, these criminals are arrested, prosecuted, and put behind bars. This is the contradiction that we find ourselves.
But these complaints keep coming on a daily basis. I keep hearing people complain. And just like you said, you have not seen government. Is it wrong for any particular government, whether state or federal government, to go and carry out thorough investigation and find out who these in quotes, criminal-minded Fulani herdsmen are. Is it wrong? Because I have spoken to some of them, even the secretary of Miyetti Allah. I spoke to them. He said they are registered. They know their members.
Yes.
And I have also had some people talk to me from Katsina, Zamfara State that have been troubled with banditry and all that. Even those that were kidnapped, they've come on this same program to give the account of what they saw in the forest. And they said, these people are not Nigerians. So if they are not Nigerians, what should government do at this time?
The government has the responsibility to protect lives and properties. Like the Constitution is clear that the principal purpose of government is to provide security for its citizens. Yes. So it brings us to the same point, that government has failed in its responsibility to protect lives and properties. And so it's government. It is government responsibility and government agencies to carry out investigation. This is our duty, it's our responsibility, your responsibility, to bring all of these abnormalities to the attention of government. It is government responsibility to go into the forest, to go and carry out the investigation, fish out the bandits, fish out these criminals, and then prosecute them and ensure that economic activities bounce back. Because as we speak, we are going to have issues of food insecurity very soon. Because as we speak, farmers cannot go to their farms. Very soon, people will be hungry. Their means of livelihood is taken away. And you are going to have more of security crisis. You will agree that Nigeria is already the poverty capital of the world.
No, we are getting out of it. So.
And with this,
the figure is dropping. So.
Well, we pray that it drop because that's our prayer.
The government said they have done so much to also bring it. Now, before I let you go, there's a question on Amotekun. If this is happening, why did they buy into the Amotekun? Why did the Southwest governors decide to say, okay, we are going to open a security at Faith to safeguard our forest, and they will work with police? So what's the job of Amotekun if this is happening?
Amotekun is not actually to safeguard the forest, it's to safeguard the entire Southwest.
The entire, whether forest or no forest. So the entire, the forest is part of it.
I don't know, because what is happening in Oyo State, you see that recently, most of the arrests of Amotekun, they are from Oyo State. But one way or the other, arresting Yoruba people and other tribes who are criminals. You understand me? Not Fulanis. You understand me now? So when we are talking, we are not only saying Fulanis are the criminals in anywhere. There are criminals in all villages in Nigeria. They are criminals. They are good people. They are criminals. There are no tribe that does not have criminals. But what we are talking about is that Amotekun was created to aid community policing. You understand me now? And Amotekun, you know, they are just, all of them, most of the state, they are just getting up. Oyo is doing okay. Ondo too is doing okay. Those two states that I know. Ekiti, kind of, but I'm not too sure. You understand me now? But when we can only do this. You know what all these states passed through before they could even get Amotekun on board from the side of the federal government. And when you are seeing some of this, we are hearing some of these things, and we are seeing some of these things, and you want to work, with the benefit of hindsight, if I do this thing now, federal government will do this. Right. Somebody has threatened Reverend Father Kuka from Sokoto. Ibalam threatened him that they will crucify him. That is actually a blasphemy against Jesus Christ. Nothing has happened. The person has not been arrested. You are threatening somebody, a figure like Reverend Father Kuka. Nothing has happened. Somebody said it. A first-class Oba Olufon was killed in Ondo State. The IG that is saying they should go and place on the bone. Has IG done anything about that? Nothing. That man, that king that was killed, is in the same pedestal with Sultan of Sokoto, Emir of Kano. Now, Emir of Kano and Igbo or Yoruba people something should happen to Emir of Kano.
God forbid.
And the people, and I'm just saying it.
Yes.
And people there, they will now narrate the story that he was killed or he was attacked by Yoruba people in Kano or Igbo people in Kano. What do you think would have happened?
All right, gentlemen, your passing word. Our time is up, so we can just...
well, once more, want to renew our call on President Muhammadu Buhari, that as the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, he has that responsibility to secure lives and properties. And therefore, we are appealing to him that he must discharge that constitutional duty dutifully and conscientiously with patriotism and secure Nigeria so that we can secure the future of our children and secure our own future.
And
like he has said, I'm also calling on, he's the only president we can call on.
he's still the
Like
Nigerian
he has said,
he's still the
it's
president.
not only Southwest. If you go to Ethiopia in Delta State, they can't go to farm. They can't farm. Delta North, they can't farm. It's everywhere east, they can't farm. Nobody can. You see, when issues are it has gotten to Southwest now, everywhere is hot. Let IG, I don't know if they have arrested somebody, but I know it's going to be extremely difficult for them to pick him. When they pick him, they bring him to Abuja, or I don't know how they are going to do it. You will see what will follow. Yeah, it's not a threat.
Exactly.
It's not a
we
threat.
don't like it to be a threat.
It's not a threat, but it's not going to. He's not going to be.
It's an advice that they should
It's
tread
an
with-
advice.
that
The
they
president
should
should
tread
sit
with
tight
caution.
and all these things. It's very simple to do. A word. I don't want to do this. I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want. Everybody will sit
solve
tight.
the
It's
problem.
something that the people are afraid of him. They are so scared of when Buhari talks. People everywhere, all of them will read it.
So it's the president's statement
Let him
now
just
that
yes,
can
let
calm
him
the
just
nerves.
talk. Let him do state broadcast. Let him do broadcast. Because all these things are actually giving Fulani people bad names. There are good Fulani. I've been in the north since 1996.
They are
You
good.
understand? Yes, I was in Sokoto when they
growing
created
up,
Zamfara
growing
State.
up, we used to have Fulani.
Fulani people, we follow their cow.
Yes.
These people are very extremely good. They are hospitable people. They give us money. That's as small as we were. Now, this particular set of people has been, they are getting endangered by the criminal people who are coming from another country. We have Fulanis in Nigeria. Fulanis in another country, they are coming to come and contaminate people in Nigeria. And now we are people. I don't want to.
Let's leave it at that. Well, that's the much we can take on the program tonight. I'd like to say thank you for being a part. We've been speaking with the National Secretary Labour Party, Barrister Julius Abure, and they're also legislative expert in legislative studies, Akinloye Oyeniyi. Thank you very much for joining us on the program. Now keep a date with us. Tomorrow, 10 p.m., we'll be back for another episode of the program. Until then, remember to follow me on my handle at EJ or Samuel. Good night.